So, okay. Identifying the test scenarios. So, test scenarios means these are all the requirements. Okay. So, test scenarios are nothing but these are all the requirements. So, during this phase, senior members in a project will be involving to identify the test scenarios. Senior members in a project will be involving to identify the test scenario. So test scenario is nothing but it is a high level requirement which contains a multiple sub requirements. Test scenario is nothing but it is a high level requirement which contains multiple sub requirements. So as soon as we get the requirements in the form of BRS, FRS document from the business analyst, we are identifying this test scenarios. Okay, so altogether we have hundreds of test scenarios. Altogether we have hundreds of test scenarios. Okay, all the hundreds of test scenarios you can't go ahead and test in the project. So the senior members, that means whoever is there from the beginning of the project only can identify these test scenarios in a project. That means whatever needs to be tested or whatever needs to be done in the project, they will go ahead and identify all these scenarios. Okay, next one is what? Identifying the testable requirements. That means you will have hundreds of requirements. All the hundreds of requirements you can't go ahead and test in a project. Okay. So senior members in a project will be identifying the testable requirements. Okay, so during this phase, the senior members in a project will be involving to identify the testable requirements in a release. So testable requirement is nothing but it is a requirement which we need to test in the project in the current release, because some of the requirements in the BRS document we might have already tested in the past releases, and some of the requirements we are going to test it in the future releases. So whichever the requirements we need to test in the current release, those requirements we are identifying as a testable requirements. Those requirements we are identifying as a testable requirement. So these both will be identified only by the senior members in a project, not everyone. Okay, now we go for test case design. So what do you understand by test case design? Test case design.
We create test cases.
Yes, this is our main role. From here our main role starts. So during this phase, a testing team will be involving to design the test cases for the identified requirements. During this phase, testing team will be involving to design the test cases for the identified requirements. So test case means what? A sequential, elaborated and executable form of the requirement is called a test case. A sequential, elaborated and executable form of the requirement is called a test case. So in every project we are getting the requirements in a shortcut format. We are getting the requirements in a shortcut format. So with that shortcut format of the requirement, it is very difficult for us to perform testing, and documentation is not possible. Documentation is not possible. So that is the reason we are elaborating the shortcut form of the requirement in a step-by-step executable format, which is called as a test case. Okay. That is the reason we are elaborating the shortcut form of the requirement in a step-by-step executable format, which is called as a test case. Okay. So while elaborating the requirements in the form of a test case, we are following some techniques. By elaborating the requirements in a shortcut format, we are following some techniques. What are they? BVA, ECP and error guessing. BVA, ECP and error guessing. BVA means what? Boundary value analysis. BVA means boundary value analysis. That means whenever you see the range of the data, then you have to perform BVA for that requirement. Okay, whenever you see the range means what? Range means what? Username should accept only 5 to 20 characters. So that 5 to 20 is the range or not?
Yes.
Right? So whenever you see the range, then you have to perform BVA for that requirement. Whenever you see the range of the data, then you have to perform BVA for that requirement. So based on that BVA only, we are designing the test cases. So altogether we have 6 different phases available under this BVA. What are they? Minimum, maximum, minimum plus 1, minimum minus 1, maximum plus 1, and then maximum minus 1. Minimum, maximum, minimum plus 1, minimum minus 1, maximum plus 1, and maximum minus 1. Now, let's take an example. Username should accept only 5 to 20 characters. So, this 5 to 20 is the range or not? 5 to 20 is the range?
Yes.
Yes, this is the range. So, whenever you see the range, you have to perform BVA for that requirement. Okay, so now coming to minimum. Minimum is what? 5. Whenever you give 5 characters, will the test case pass or fail?
Pass.
Very good, it will pass. Now, coming to maximum. So, what is maximum here?
20.
Whenever you give 20 characters, will the test case pass or fail?
Pass.
Pass. Now, coming to minimum plus 1. Minimum plus 1 is what? 5 plus 1, which is 6. So, whenever you use 6 characters, will the test case pass or fail? It will pass. Minimum minus 1. Minimum minus 1 is what? 5 minus 1, which is 4. Whenever you give 4 characters, will the test case pass or fail?
Fail.
Very good. It will fail because it is out of the range. Okay. Now coming to maximum plus 1. Maximum plus 1 is what? 20 plus 1, which is 21. So will the test case pass? Yes, definitely it will pass or fail. It will fail because it is out of range. Okay. Now coming to maximum minus 1. Maximum minus 1 is what? 20 minus 1, which is 19. So definitely your test case will
Pass.
okay. So this is the range. So whenever you see the range, you have to perform BVA for this all requirements.
This username should be 5 to 20 characters. Is it same for all companies, all projects,
No,
or
it can be
they may
vary.
change?
It can vary. It can change
Vary.
6 to
Yeah.
40, 6 to 80, depends on the client.
Oh, depends. Okay.
Yeah. So whenever
Particular project has got particular.
yes,
Okay.
whenever you see
Okay.
you have to perform these all classes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And one more thing is like why you call this as a boundary value analysis. See what is the boundary value for 5? 4 and 6. 4 and 6. Am I right? Then what is the boundary value for 20? 19 and 21. 19 and 21. And minimum maximum. Minimum is 5, maximum is 20. That's it. Okay. Now coming to ECP. ECP means equivalence class partition. Equivalence class partition. So it defines the type of the data. ECP defines the type of the data which we need to use to perform testing on the application. Okay. ECP defines the type of the data which we need to use to perform testing on the application. That means if any requirement is having the type of the data, then we need to prepare ECP for that requirement, and based on that ECP only we are designing the test cases. Based on that ECP only we are designing the test cases. So altogether we have 2 different classes available under this ECP. What are they? Valid and invalid. Valid and invalid. Okay. So example, username should accept only alphabets. Username should accept only alphabets. So what could be the valid and what could be the invalid? You know, what is the valid and what could be the invalid? Valid means it can be lowercase a to z, or it can be uppercase a to z, or it can be the combination of both. Invalid means like 0 to 9, special characters, and then spaces, combination of 0 to 9 and lowercase a to z, combination of 0 to 9 and uppercase a to z, combination of 0 to 9, lowercase a to z and uppercase a to z, right? So these are all the invalid conditions. So you will have so many invalid conditions. So whenever you see the type, that means the username should accept only alphabet or password should accept only alphanumerics, sign in should be a button. So these are all the types. So whenever you see the type, you have to perform BVF for that requirement.
The 0 to 9 is also invalid, username?
Username should accept only alphabets. Is 0 to 9 alphabets?
No, but some of the banks we use numbers also in the username.
Yeah, it's their requirement. My requirement here is username should accept only alphabets. That is my.
Oh, okay. Each company has got different requirements.
Yes,
Okay.
everyone. I have requirements. Some others have some other requirements. So it depends on their requirement. You have to write a scenario and test.
Okay.
Okay.
I got it. Okay.
Now coming to error guessing. Error guessing means what? The errors which we are expecting or guessing from the application. Defines the errors which we are expecting or guessing from the application as per the actions we are performing on the application. The errors which we are expecting or guessing from the application as per the actions we are performing on the application is called error guessing. So now see here example. User can successfully register by entering name, address, city and click on register button and the respective error message appears when user forget any field. When user forget any field. Okay, so what is the action that you are going to perform and what is the error message that you are going to guess? What is the action that you are going to perform and what is the error message that you are going to guess? Okay, now coming to action. So first one is what? Enter name, address, city and click on register. Am I right? See what they are saying, you can go, the user can successfully register into the application only when he enters name, address, city and when he clicks on register button. So enter name, address, city and click on register. So will you get any error? Enter name,
No
address,
error.
and click on register. Will you get any error? No, no error. No error. Okay, and the next one is enter name, address, and click on register. Will you get any error?
Yes.
Yes, what is that? City is
Because there is no
mandatory. Error message should appear. Am I right? It is mandatory. Error message should appear. Next one is what? Enter name and click on register. So what is the address is mandatory. Error message should appear. Okay, and next one is what? Enter city, address and click on register. So what could be the error? Name is mandatory. Error message should. Okay, Okay, and the next one is what? Click on register. So what would be the error? Name, address, CTR, mandatory. Error message should appear. Error message should appear. Okay. Any questions entered here? Any questions?
No.
No? Okay. Now, next one is what? Now we will go ahead and start writing the ERS 1.2 requirement. Okay. ERS 1.2 requirement 5. So what is that? Valid user can successfully log into Gmail application. Valid user can successfully log in into Gmail application by entering user ID, password and click on sign in button. Valid user can successfully log in into Gmail application by entering user ID, password and click on sign in. So now for this you are going to write the test cases. Okay, this is a simple requirement I have given you. Okay, so whenever you are writing the test cases, you have to always follow this template. You always follow this template. See here, serial number, BRS, description, expect result, actual result, status and comment. Serial number 1. BRS is what? This is your BRS. Copy it, paste it here. Now coming to description. So first, see, whenever you are writing the description, the first two steps are always the same. Always the same. First thing is you have to launch the application, and the next one is you have to verify whether the objects are available in the application or not. Okay, whether the objects are available in the application or not. So first launch. Which application you have to launch? Launch Gmail application. So launch Gmail. So what could be your expected result? Gmail application should be launched. Gmail application should be launched. Next one is what? You verify user ID, password and sign in button. So what could be your expected result? User ID, password and sign in button should be available. User ID, password and sign in button should be available. Next one, what you will do? Enter valid user ID, valid password, and then you have to click on sign in. When you enter valid user ID, password, and click on sign in, then only you will be registered into your Gmail application successfully. So enter valid user ID, valid password, and click on sign in button. What could be your expected result? User should be able to sign in into Gmail application. This is a simple requirement, very simple requirement I have given it to you. Okay, so what you are doing? First, you will go ahead and maintain this template. Okay, and first two steps should always be the same. First thing is you have to launch the application, and the next one is what? You verify whether the objects are available in the application or not. Objects are available or not? Yes, they are available. Yes, user ID, password, and sign in whether they are available in the application or not. And then you enter valid user ID, valid password, and then you click on sign in button. Okay, and then next one is what? Now they will give you another requirement where here they gave you only BRS requirement, but now they are going to provide you the BRS requirement as well as FRS document also. See here in BRS you will have only the requirement. So let's say this requirement number is 1.3, requirement 1. Any number they can give. Just I'm giving some sample number, that's it here. But whatever the requirement number they give, that only you have to write. Okay. And then the requirement here is valid user can successfully register by entering name, address, and click on save button in application. Click on save button in ABCD application. So now they are going to provide you the FRS document, which will be in the form of an Excel. Okay, so now see here. Your serial number, this is your BRS, this is your rule and condition, author and date. Serial number, BRS, rule and condition, author and date. So serial number is 1. BRS is what? This is your BRS. Copy it, paste it here. The rule is what here? Name should accept only 5 to 20 characters and the below error must appear when condition fails. What is that? Name should accept only 5 to 20 characters. That's it, only 5 to 20 characters. The next one is what? Address should accept only 6 to 40 characters and the below error must appear when condition fails. What is that? Address should accept only 6 to 40 characters. Okay, so this is the requirement. So entire BRS and FRS document, entire thing will be provided by your business analyst. By looking at this, we have to start writing the test. Okay, I told you, whenever you are writing the test cases, always you have to follow this template. Am I right? Follow this template. Okay, now serial number 1. BRS is, this is your BRS. Description. What is the description here? I told you, first 2 steps should always be the same. First one is you will launch the application. So what is the application that you are going to launch here?
The ABCD application.
Very good. Yes. So launch ABCD application. See here you have ABCD. Launch ABCD. What is your expected?
ABCD application opens launches.
Launch. Next. Then what you will do? Verify.
Enter the.
No. You verify. What all you will verify? Verify means whether the objects are available in the application or not, right?
Right.
So what all you will check?
If there is any fields to enter name, address, and a save button.
Verify name, address, and save buttons in ABCD application. What could be your expected there?
Name, address, and save button are available.
Yes. Verify. Very well, yeah. Name, address, and save buttons in ABCD application. So name, address, and save buttons available. Okay. The next one is what? Now you come for the rule and condition. Rule is what here? Name should accept only 5 to 20 characters. So 5 to 20 is the range. What is the 5 to 20? 5 to 20 is the range, right?
Yes.
5 to 20 is the range. So whenever you see the range, what you write? Jagarao, what you write whenever you see the range? BVA for that requirement, right? Minimum, maximum, minimum plus 1, minimum minus 1, maximum plus 1, and maximum minus 1. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. So now enter name as a minimum. In 5 to 20, what is the minimum? Minimum is 5. So enter name as 5 characters. What could be your expected result? Name should accept 5 characters. Next, enter name as 20 characters. So name should accept or not?
Yes.
Name should accept 20 characters. Next one is what? Enter name as maximum plus 1, that is 20 plus 1, which is minimum plus 1. Minimum plus 1 is 5 plus 1, which is 6. So 6 characters. So name should accept or not? Yes, it should accept. So name should accept 6 characters. Next one is what?
Enter name as 4 characters.
Very good. 4 characters. So name should accept or not? Name should
Fail.
not accept 4 characters, and the below error must appear. What is that? Name should accept only 5 to 20 characters. Okay? Name should accept only 5 to 20 characters. Next one. The name as maximum plus 1, that is 21 characters.
21.
Name should not accept 21 characters. Name should not accept 21 characters, and the below error must appear. Name should accept only. The next one is what? The name as maximum minus 1, that is 19 characters. Accept or not? Accept 19 characters. So this is how we are going to write the test cases. So I have written only for name. Am I right? I have written the test cases only for name, but you have to write for address also. Address is what? Address is accept 6 to 40. You have to write for address. So will you try this address? Everyone, both of you. Yes? Will you try? Yeah. And where are you going to write this all? Are you going to write these test cases in an Excel sheet or in the form of a Word document?
Excel sheet.
Very good. You have to write it in an Excel sheet, not in the Word document. Okay, you have to write it in an Excel sheet, not in the Word document. Okay, any other questions? So now whenever they gave you the range, you have to return the test cases. Now let's go ahead and write the test cases whenever they give you the type of the data. Okay, whenever they
I
give
have
you,
one.
yeah,
I
yes,
have one question, ma'am.
yeah, please go ahead.
So, do we maintain one single Excel sheet,
Yes,
or
single
do we
Excel,
have multiple Excel?
no, single Excel sheet, and you have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4, right? Maintain those all test cases. That
Okay.
one Excel sheet only, don't maintain multiple. One Excel sheet, within that one Excel sheet only, you'll have multiple sheets, right? Like sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. You know that?
Yes.
Yes, you go ahead and maintain that, okay? Yeah. And now, next one. Let's take another example. Let's say this is BRS 1.6 requirement 5. So what is the requirement here? Valid user can successfully register by entering address and click on save button in ABCD application. Okay, now you'll write the FRS document which will be in the form of an Excel sheet. Okay, so what all you will have? Serial number, PRS, the rule and condition, author and date. Serial number, BRS, condition, author and date. Now coming to serial number 1. BRS is what? This is your BRS. So copy it, paste it here. Now coming to the rule and condition. Rule is what here? Name should accept only
Alphabets.
alphabets, and the below error must appear when condition fails. What is that? Name should accept only alphabets. Next one is what? Address should accept only alphanumerics, and the below error must appear. What is that? Address should accept only alphanumeric. So these are all the rules and conditions. Okay, now for this you are going to write the test cases. So once you are writing the test cases, always you will follow this template, right?
Ma'am, I have one question. The FRS is who prepares the FRS?
We are like business analyst. We are,
Okay, so I'll have already have this.
yes, this everything, yellow color mark, everything will be provided by your business analyst. Okay, now see here. So this is the type, right? And name should accept only alphabet. So this is the type. So whenever you see the type, what you have to do, you have to write the valid and invalid conditions. Am I right? Right? Yes. Now serial number 1. BRS is what? This is your BRS. Copy it, paste it here. Now coming to the description. Description is what? First thing is you have to launch the application. So what is the application that you are going to launch here? ABCD application. So launch ABCD application. So what could be your expected result? ABCD application launched. Am I right? Next one. Verify name, address and save buttons in ABCD application. So what could be your expected result? Name, address and available. Name, address and save button should be available. Next one is what? What could be the value? Name should accept only alphabet. So enter name as lowercase a to z. Okay, and then what could be your expected result? Name should accept. Accept lowercase a to z. Next one is what? Enter name as uppercase. So name should accept or not? Name should accept uppercase. Next one is what? Enter name as lowercase a to z, uppercase a to z. So name should accept or not? Name should accept lowercase a to z and uppercase a to z. So these are all the valid conditions. Now you will write for invalid also. Whenever you are writing for invalid, again the first two steps are always the same. Okay, so these are all the invalid. Okay, so what could be the invalid now here? See here. Enter name as 0 to 9. So what would be your expected result? Name should accept or not? Name should not accept 0 to 9 and the below error must appear. What is that? Name should accept alphabets. Am I right? Yes or no? Name should accept only alphabets. Next one is what? Enter name as special characters. So name should accept or not?
No.
Not accept special characters and the below error must appear. Name should accept only alphabets. Enter name as spaces. So name should accept or not? Name should not accept spaces and the below error must appear. Name should accept only alphabets. Next one is what? Enter name as what is that? Lowercase a to z and 0 to 9. So name should accept or not? Name should not accept 0 to 9 and lowercase a to z and the below error must appear. Name should accept only alphabets. Next one. Enter name as uppercase a to z and 0 to 9. So name should not accept 0 to 9 and uppercase a to z. So like this you will have so many invalid conditions. Am I right? Yes or no? You will have so many invalid conditions. So you have to check all the valid and invalid conditions. Because if any one of the valid condition, if invalid condition is working, then that will be a defect. Right? Figure and
Yes.
yes. So if any
Yeah, the thing is,
working,
the thing is, as you rightly pointed out, these are all the things which the tester has to write, or these are
yes.
given by the business analyst?
No, why they will give? You have to write. That's why I put this all in mark. Yes.
So
This is what
these are all the things we have to write.
provided by a business analyst. You have to write the test cases. You will test.
Oh, okay.
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 Yeah. So I have written only for name. So you have to write for address. That is, address should accept only alphanumerics. Alphanumerics means what? Combination of both alphabets and numerics. Okay. So that you try as a homework. So if ever you are not getting anything, we will discuss in tomorrow's class. And make sure like you try. Once you get a chance, you do it. If not, you can do it on weekend. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions or you want me to repeat anything?
So you will do it tomorrow at 11 again?
Yeah, same time. Yes, every day same time.
Same time. Okay.
Okay, guys. So let's see tomorrow then.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Night. Bye.
Ma'am.